To get started with today's topic, the first thing I want to say is this. It has recently come to my attention that there is a YouTube channel that also follows the Buccaneers, and it's actually very different from all the other Bucs channels that are out there currently, including myself. It's really high production quality. It's very well edited. It's very well produced. Everything about it's very informative too. It's overall an amazing channel. I think it's one of, if not the best Buccaneers YouTube channel out there in terms of quality production of content, and I am not even joking a little bit. And that channel is called The Play Reaction. It is run by Corey Draper. A link to it will be in the little eye icon right up here. If you guys want to go check it out, I strongly suggest it. I've subscribed. I've looked at all the videos. It's amazing. It's amazing. He's very informative. Corey does know all of his stuff, and I hope one day to work with Corey. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers right now, but he definitely deserves to have the most subscribers in terms of the Buccaneers community fan base. He deserves it. He really does. He's amazing. Go check that out. But today's topic is not that. Today's topic is, have the Buccaneers players lost confidence and have lost the ability to want to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Have they lost confidence in the coaching staff, Mike Smith, Dirk Cutter, so on and so forth? Have they lost the ability or want to play? It's a very interesting topic, and it's actually there is somewhat evidence to prove for the case of saying that the Buccaneers players no longer have this will to live. They just have not will to live. They don't want to kill themselves, but they no longer have the will to want to play for this team, at least as strongly as they want to. Now this isn't a situation that's as bad as the New York Giants, whereas a New York Giants player recently came out publicly and said, well, Ben McAdoo, he's only running us at 80% before game days. He's suspending players that don't deserve to be suspended. He's fining players that don't deserve to be fined. This, that, and the other, very, very rash and unreasonable decisions. It's not that bad. But we have seen some examples of players specifically on the defense who are very upset and feel that they deserve more out of the Buccaneers coaching staff as well as the team as in its entirety. The first example that I'm going to be pointing out is safety TJ Ward, who publicly came out and said in a quote, "I did not come here to be rotated out. I came here to start, and I came here to win." Essentially that's not an exact quote. I'll be putting that up on the screen. But that was essentially what was said. And once that was posted, it was tweeted out, I believe, by the Buccaneers Twitter account, or a Twitter account that is affiliated with the Buccaneers. Chris Baker replied to it saying, something along the lines of same, da-da-da-da-da, I feel the same way, bro. I'll be putting that tweet up there as well. So there's this common theme of players being upset with rotating, which you guys all know my opinion of it. I hate rotating safeties. I hate rotating defensive linemen. It's stupid. It's not stupid, but it's pointless in my opinion. It's pointless right now. You guys know. But those were two players who were disappointed about their expectations when they came to the team. They didn't come here to be rotated. They came here to be starters and play for a quality defense. Now let's talk about this defense, or before we talk about the defense as a whole, let's talk about another situation that had occurred, and this one is a little bit more of a gray area, but I still feel it's applicable to this situation. Miko Grimes posted on, I believe, Snapchat, saying how, tired of this stuff, this, that, or the other, can't wait to get out of here, or whatever. That could have just been misconstrued and misinterpreted. That's more than likely the case, actually, but I figured it'd be important here because it at least proves that maybe there's a little bit of inkling in Brent Grimes's department as well. Brent Grimes hasn't played for, I believe, half of the season so far, and it's an interesting note to make, and I feel that it is worthy of making. So at this point, we've had 3 Bucs starters and expected to be good starters at that, who are disappointed in their situations. Now, is that because of Mike Smith's defense, Dirk Cutter, or just for one reason or the other? Who knows? The main reason that everybody has been alluding to has been that Mike Smith's defense does not work. Consistently running cover 4 doesn't work. Consistently rotating safeties and defensive linemen doesn't work. Consistently sending ineffective blitzes and ineffective pass rushes doesn't work. A lot of people are shifting the blame to Mike Smith and Dirk Cutter, which that's fair. That is fair. I agree with those. I agree with those accusations to a fair amount. And it appears that the players, at least so far, the players have voiced their disapproval of the situations with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I could definitely see a situation where certain players who were assigned as free agents to deals may want to either request release or may want to request a trade in the offseason. These are situations that I could see possibly occurring. And it also goes to the offensive side of the ball as well. Playmakers who were assigned to certain deals, such as Deshaun Jackson, such as, maybe Chris Godwin, people who were drafted, OJ Howard, maybe some offensive line, or maybe some players are just getting more fed up with the situations. The point is that the team isn't performing as well as it was expected to, and players are taking notice of that, and they are blaming the coaches, essentially. Now, the coach's reaction to this was interesting. Dirk Cutter's reaction was take your complaints, take your complaints to someone who will hear them. And I'm not an expert here, but if you have a set of disgruntled employees, the thing I wouldn't say would be, well, I'm not going to help you. Like, that wouldn't make it. At my job, I work at a local grocery store. If my boss told me, well, I'm sorry you're upset, but I'm not going to help you, I would probably lean more towards quitting. Now, obviously, these are two very different extremes. These guys make millions of dollars a year, while I make single-digit amount of dollars per hour. But it still kind of applies. Players, employees get mad when their bosses are. Employees get mad when they feel they're being slighted by bosses, voice their complaints, and then come to an understanding that their bosses are not going to help them. They want to leave. They want to go work for a different company, usually. That's just how it works, If an employee feels slighted, they'll could end up leaving. Now, obviously, with contractual obligations, it's a lot harder for the NFL, but they can try their darndest, and I imagine a handful of players might. We might not hear about it, but I imagine at least one or two guys will say, hey, maybe release me from my contract, or hey, maybe trade me because I don't want to be here anymore. If the current head coaching staff stays, which in my opinion, I don't think it will. You guys can see all about that in a different video, but I definitely feel the players have lost confidence, not only in the coaching staff, but in just the entirety of the organization right now, the way it's being run. Unless change happens, players might not want to come play for the Buccaneers, or players might not want to stay with the Buccaneers. We have a lot of important guys coming up who are going to need contract extensions. Mike Evans, Quan Alexander, eventually Jerome McCoy and Levante David again, Jameis Winston too, among others. Brent Grimes last year too, but he more than likely will retire. TJ Ward we might have to re-sign, which might not happen. It's a rough situation right now, and it's something definitely worth keeping an eye on because we don't know what's going to happen. But as of right now, it at least to me looks like the players aren't playing as hard as they could be on the field. They have voiced their complaints before. They've voiced their complaints before through social media and through the media and whatnot, and it's been responded to by the head coaches and the coaching staff with, well, too bad, So players, I expect that this is something we definitely won't hear the end of, and it's something that is definitely worth keeping an eye on when in terms of Dirk Cutter, Mike Smith, maybe not Jason Light, but Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith definitely is job security. So definitely keep a lookout for that. But guys, that's it for this quick little video. I'm sorry this wasn't as long as my last couple of ones because it's really just kind of a very black and white subject to a certain degree. And obviously there's a lot of moving parts such as contractual obligations, player emotions, things like that. But it's either you like your boss or you don't like your boss. And right now I don't think not a whole lot, but I think a handful of the people who were freshly signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't think that they're liking Dirk Cutter that much, or Mike Smith. I think a lot of it is Mike Smith, because a lot of this is on the defense. a lot of this is on the players who are getting rotated out and are upset with it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your opinion of it. In my opinion, yes, I do feel that confidence is slowly waning from the players in terms of players not only respecting, but in terms of players obeying the orders of, not obeying the orders of, but players having confidence in the coaching staff. I mean, look at Jameis Winston and Mike Evans. Two of the poster boys of the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers started a huge confrontation that got Mike Evans suspended, and Jameis Winston was hurt. And I feel that that is definitely a lack of respect of the coaches, a lack of respect of Dirk Cutter and Dirk Cutter's rules. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think about the players losing confidence in Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith and the rest of the coaching staff down in the comment section below. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. But until then, goodbye for now, guys.